one basketball player talked about hockey views. We don't give a we don't give a about what y'all doing down there. Football, y'all have Pro Bowl. We don't talk about y'all Pro Bowl problem that y'all had. Now y'all playing flag football. We just watch the entertainment. But you had a competing problem also. But now y'all want to come on the NBA scene and then tell us why our product is bad.
How often do you express your frustrations for a product that you say you care about? Are you the type to return food back at the table or tell your barber they messed up a little bit? Is expressing anytime you don't like the service you're being presented a bad thing? The guys over at Gilbert Arenas have an explosive debate about not only effort, but the differences between all the leagues and actually similarities. This all goes back to when PK Subban talked about only respecting high effort athletes, not just calling people great because they score a lot of points or they're super athletic, but because they play the game the right way. And by that, it seems like he means showing up no matter what. Being the face of the league means more than just being popular. If people are buying tickets, you should show up and do the work. That's why you get paid 100, 200, 300 million.
In terms of the money, you're probably right. There is a lot of money. But once again, I ask the question, what are you playing for? Like, if you're really about it, if you're really about sports, then you're about two things, your teammates and the fans. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. When you do not show up to play, you're letting your teammates down. When you do not show up to play, you're letting the fans down that are paying you 40, 50, 60 million. I don't care if you're getting 300 million. Congratulations. But these people in here are paying $2,500 a ticket, $5,000, that are blue-collared, hard-working people. If you don't get your head wrapped around that, you shouldn't be in pro sports. Because how are we going to grow? How do we expect you to be an example? Well, guess what? You don't want to be? You are one. You're on the biggest stage. You just said it. They make the most money. You're an example. You got to show up. You got to take that on. I'm sick and tired of making athletes greats, all-time greats, that aren't the best examples. Those are the people that we want our kids to follow, that we want athletes to follow. That helps us in our game. Stephen A., you want athletes to be educated on this and understand this. They got to understand the importance of showing up to the All-Star game and being on the court. And playing banged up sometimes. And playing injured maybe at times. Thank you. And participating, because here's the thing. Because you're making 100, 200, 300 million, you should be out there banged up. You should be. That's why we pay you, is to max out. We talk about greatness and it being the longevity of somebody's career. I don't care if you play 50 years. I want your best 10. I want you on the court dominating. I want you to go all out. I want Michael Jordan. I want Kobe. That's what I want in every sport. That's the guy that I follow. You're a different version than that, you don't get my respect.
But Gilbert is saying it's not an NBA versus anybody else problem. It's a sports problem. The views being down is a reflection on how everyone is receiving their media. And it seems like more people are watching clips and highlights more than ever before. So the numbers are not going to specifically correlate. But Gilbert says, why come at the NBA? No one says anything when the NFL is in complete shambles. Their Pro Bowl is a complete joke. They're literally playing two-hand touch now. Who cares? Who cares what they're doing? No one cares. No one complains. No NBA fans are saying, at least All-Star Weekend is better than the Pro Bowl weekend, which is true. But it seems like the NBA gets held to a higher standard.
It's very expensive to get there, right? Right? You got to do a lot of shit to be in that environment, spending 20, 30, whatever, how many thousands of dollars you're spending. We haven't heard one boo yet, right? We already know American basketball, if they don't like the product that they're watching, they will boo. We haven't heard no boos from the people that's there. All I hear is a bunch of people who've never played the game, hockey, football, telling us what we need to do in our All-Star game. Not realizing their sports had the same fucking problem.
They changed.
You bragging about how your sport has changed and how great you are doing and how y'all care, but yet you had the same fucking problem. So obviously during the same time, you niggas didn't think it was serious enough to compete. So why are y'all talking about our sport when no one even mentioned y'all's sport? Not one basketball player talked about hockey views. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about what y'all doing down there. Football, y'all have Pro Bowl. We don't talk about y'all Pro Bowl problem that y'all had. Now y'all playing flag football. We just watch the entertainment. But you had a competing problem also. But now y'all want to come on the NBA scene and then tell us why our product is bad. Come on, dog. Was y'all voicing that about y'all own product? Because we wasn't. We wasn't tearing down y'all product. Our product is being torn down about people who ain't played. We've done seen the NBA All-Star change throughout the years, and the group that's important have not even been included in it. They have not set down the all-star players and say, hey, what do y'all need to go out there and play hard for them to get feedback?
Well, I mean, with this new format, there was talk that Adam Silver consulted Steph Curry, some other players about
Steph Curry and who else?
Steph Curry was the main name.
Okay, so there wasn't the main damn near 12.
It was in the
that usually
bag.
make it every year. Not the possible 20 all-stars that might make it, right? That we know that's gonna make it. The Shea, the Luka, them, and say, what do you guys need for a better experience for everybody else? No, they did it with football, they did it with hockey, they did it with MLB, not with us.
Gilbert makes a point that if you're going to spend $10,000, $20,000 to go watch a hockey game, of course you're not going to boo, because you're not even there to really watch the game. You're there for the experience of being in a booth somewhere, which is great. But if you're sitting in a booth, even if you do boo, nobody's going to hear you. Do you think having high ticket prices removes any criticism, or is it just a mask?
Can I have a question?
I don't know what's going on.
Can I ask a question? Where's the accountability?
Where was it in football? Where was it in NHL? Where's accountability?
Yeah, I hear all sides.
But why is NBA All-Star Weekend the only one always talked about?
Because it's the funnest one.
It's the biggest.
I had a question. I had a question.
Oh, have a question.
I had a question.
Mr. Larry-
I did ask it, but I knew you wasn't going.
No,
I know y'all wasn't going to
there's
answer,
none.
right? Because the
There's
NBA,
There's none.
right, claims the #1 spot in sports.
We do?
Yes.
No, football does.
I think football does.
I said the NBA claims
No,
the
the-
#1 spot.
NFL does.
All right. So, as the NBA grows and grows and grows,
Viewership.
Second lowest.
second lowest,
NBA All-Star
right?
game history.
Second, that's stats. That's not. If the stats tell the story, that means that customers have a right to write their review and say, I do not like what y'all are doing. I don't like how they're playing. I don't like the product. I need my refund. But they ain't asking for a refund. They just hoping the players will just start playing fucking hard because we paying y'all more motherfucking money than you're asking for.
But it's an All-Star game.
I don't give a fuck what it is. The game is game.
In a game that's supposed to
Hey,
be.
do you need money to go upstairs and play me
But it's
one-on-one?
a charity game.
Do you need money to go play 2-on-2?
It's a charity
You not getting paid for your little league you playing in?
It's
They not
a
paying you? They not
No.
paying you?
No.
You hooper. You a hooper.
Yeah.
Let's hoop.
Yo,
What we talking about? We don't need no incentive. This nigga don't want niggas to complain. And we fans, we gotta complain. When you ain't playing for
Complain
shit,
about everything.
and nigga down there losing in Phoenix and don't nobody complain about the losing.
it's not an all-star game.
What the fuck?
It's an NBA problem overall.
Period.
Sports problem.
It's carrying over to All-Star games,
But I'm just
where it
saying,
should
but
never carry over.
Something to talk about problem, I think.
McCants is saying heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you want to say you're the best and the most popular, you also have to be aware of the criticisms. Are all criticisms the same? Is everybody right to be critical? Of course. If you spend your time, forget money, just spending your time watching something, you have every right to be critical. If you go to a game and you don't like what you see, you have every right to boo as loud as possible. That's part of being a fan. Gilbert then makes the best point of the day. If the NBA or any sport wants to better their product, why don't they include the actual top players that are going to be playing the game? If it's an incentive thing, why is the league trying to guess what would be the best incentive for the players instead of just asking them, sitting them down, giving them some type of questionnaire and have them just explain, what do you think will work? Are all of them going to have the best answer or the most correct way to move forward? Probably not. But if you just skip and ignore the superstars, then you're blindly throwing darts at what might work. Even though the focus is on all-star games, Gilbert says it perfectly. It's not an NBA problem. It's a sports problem. It's much bigger than just one league. People don't consume media the same way they used to. And goofy gimmicks are never going to be the answer because these are the professional sports. It's supposed to be the highest level. If you need goofy gimmicks to get people to tune in, then that means the fundamental game isn't good enough. But that's not even true because right now, the world has the best athletes there's ever been. So what do you think of the solution and who do you agree with? Do you think it's a whole sports problem or is this an NBA gotta do better problem? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.